Have you ever wondered what is an opinion of a blockchain developer on ICP chain? Is it actually good or is it only marketing hype? Is it better than most of the traditional blockchains out there or not? So in this video, we will be discussing all these factors. We will discuss whether it is good for large scale applications or not, for medium scale applications or small scale applications, and what actually the software industry runs and how Web3 and Web2 industry runs out there. So we will discuss all these factors in detail. Hi, my name is Muhammad Abdullah. I'm a blockchain developer. I have been working on blockchain for over 4 years now, and I've worked for Ethereum, Arbitrum, public and other private blockchains out there. And around 18 months ago or 2 years ago, I came across ICP chain for the first time. And when I came across ICP chain, I was like, wow, this is incredible. This is the best tech stack I have ever seen. And after that, I completed the project with my company and I started working full time on ICP chain only. For now, it's been over a year for when I have been working on ICP chain and ICP based projects. So I think I'm in a pretty good position to explain, is it actually good, is it actually only marketing hype, for what applications is it actually good, can it compete with the biggest web2 applications out there or not. So in this video we'll be discussing all these factors. Okay, so first let's discuss the reality of how most of the software products work out there. So I have been working this like industry and I know exactly the ins and outs of the software. And the biggest like thing that I want to share with you guys is that what is marketed is not actually 100% implemented with most of the products that are out there. So for example, you have heard about OpenSea. It's say like Web3 application, NFTs are being bought and sold. But if I tell you that on Ethereum blockchain, only 1% or 2% of that actually entire application is there. Only smart contracts are on there. The actual images, actual data is stored on other like decentralized data storages or other even Web2 data storages out there. And it is about 95% Web2 and only 5% Web3. And they're going to sell that, hey, this is 100% Web3 project. Hey, let's buy NFTs and etc. etc. And I can tell you that if tomorrow all their servers crash, the data will be lost. All the NFTs will be lost. They will only have the hash of those images that were like deployed on these other decentralized servers. And what ICP is 99% Web3. Almost the entire application can be hosted, the backend, frontend, everything can be hosted on ICP chain. Only where I say that, hey, you should not use this particular thing on ICP chain is the domain names. You can use canonical URLs as well, but what I suggest for all the people is that buy a domain name from any Web2 environment, Web2 like service, and just like use that. Because I seen there are a couple of products on ICP as well, IC naming, etc. But they're not good for purposes of like let's say marketing, etc. etc. Another thing is you need to add an extension to access those applications. So it's everything from front end to back end to data storage to application being hosted. Everything is on ICP chain, which is 99% Web3. Only domain names, custom domain names can URLs access on Web3. Custom domain names need to be bought from other Web2 platforms. So that is the first thing. The second thing is that I want to share with you guys. So what are the limitations of ICP chain? I get like a lot of enthusiastic people who ask me different questions with respect to ICP and they want to build large scale Web2 competing applications on ICP. Okay, so let's just bust this myth. ICP cannot build very large scale applications that can host terabytes of data. It's impossible. They can market it in that sense, but it is practically not implementable to build such a large scale application on ICP. For example, Facebook, you want to create a Facebook which has so many images, videos, etc. and you want to create it on ICP and you want to create an alternative of that on ICP. It's just not practically possible. ICP has limitations with large sets of data. It can store few gigabytes of data, but if you want to say, hey, I want to store terabytes of data, ICP is going to be limited. So ICP is the best blockchain out there for small and medium sized application. So most of the blockchains or almost all of the blockchains out there, they only have their smart contracts hosted on their chain. Other than that, nothing else. They are using Web2 traditional data storage for their user profiles and all that information. So I wanted to first explain that particular thing. So ICP is better for small to medium sized applications. If you want to build a small application, if you build an NFT marketplace, if you want to create an application in which users can purchase different items, they can sell different items, they can do some borrowing, etc. That is where ICP is perfect. But if you want to build in a social media application, what I will suggest is rather than building it on Web3, just go on like Web2 right now and develop it on Web2. It is not practical to basically build it on Web3. Right? There are limited capabilities with what Web3 is. So the best chain out there is definitely ICP with all these features and functionalities, but it can still not compete with Web. I just said ICP is the best chain. Why isn't it competing with other chains on different project level or different market level? There are a few factors for it. The number one factor is awareness. People are not aware of ICP chain. I work with like any Ethereum based or other clients as well. They're just not familiar with ICP, and when I tell them, hey, it's not 100% Web3 what you're like look building, it's only like 5% if you want to build it on ETH, and they're shocked. And when I tell them, hey, this is an alternative, they're just not mentally ready to shift their entire like stack or product stack, everything, their white papers and all that from Ethereum to ICP. So they are hesitant in that sense. Most of the developers are not familiar with how ICP works. It can be a little difficult for them. So that is why they don't like take up ICP based projects or like ask their client to shift to ICP. And there are other like factors like already existing, like there is support for Ethereum based projects. Ethereum has a lot of like support. If you have like any bug, etc., just go on like internet and just find it on ICP. It can be sometimes difficult to find solutions for these things, and because it hasn't just been there for like long enough. Ethereum has been there for like almost like 10-15 years now, so it is much easier for to like develop these things on Ethereum than it is on ICP. So why is it actually like good? The most like things that I see is data storage. I can store the data of like users on there. If most of the applications don't require terabytes of data, so 90% to 95% of applications can be built on ICP, and they will be brilliant for ICP. So I'm storing like users like data on there, and it is cheap and it is secure. It is not that much expensive to work on ICP. Data storage on Ethereum can cost you like millions of dollars, but on ICP it is like much cheaper. Also speed, ICP is actually really good. You want like, if I show you like a couple of websites which I will show you in this like video, if you compare them side by side, you will say that hey, this is not that much different, and you will say this almost feels like Web3. So ICP is surprisingly very good for like its speed, which is a brilliant thing because people won't be able to directly see that hey, this is a Web3 application or Web2 application from outside, but inside everything is changed. It's more secure, it's better. So for this example, I have like opened like 4 applications right now, and if you see, I will just refresh them one by one, and you can guess which one of them are on Web3, and I'm pretty sure that you won't be able to guess first time. And another thing is that the Web3 applications that I will be showing, they have their admin panels, they have the data storage, so they're much bigger applications compared to the Web2 applications. But still, you will see that it's negligible, the speed comparison between the two. And one of them is 100% Web2, other of them is 99% Web3, and only 1% is on Web2, the domain name. And even if I show you the direct canisters, they are also on like, then they are like direct Web3. So if I show you canister URL based these applications, they will be direct Web3. So yeah, systemlogic.org and Sail by Wire are Web2, and systemlogic.online and mingleberrymedia.com. And these are Web3 applications, and this one is of like Marlon. This is shout out to Marlon, great guy. I've like worked with him. So yeah, these are the application, and I will just show you like the speed of how they are. And if I show you this like left side canister addresses, you can see that hey, these like these canister, if you like directly access these applications through canister, then they're 100% Web3. The application is created on chain, the application is deployed on chain, its data storage is on chain, each and everything is on chain. There is no Web2 part in this like application. It's more secure, it's decently fast as well. So yeah, you have like the, I think this like is self-explanatory. What is like ICP and where it stands, it is revolutionary. It really is incredible. So this is basically my verdict. ICP is the best platform period out there to create small to medium sized applications, and for larger applications you should like still use the existing Web2 or other decentralized data storage like solutions. And the reason is very like simple. For like terabytes and terabytes of data, it still is, it's not mature enough. But for like smaller applications, why it is even better than Web2? Obviously, big part is security, data security, and also when you deploy canisters on ICP, it gets you this SSL certificates, etc. as well. So this saves you a lot of like headache. So yeah, that is like my verdict with that respect. So have any questions, need consultation, want to develop a project? The best way to do so is head to our website systemlogic.online. Go into the contact section. From there you can see email. You can contact us through email, through phone number, or you can directly book a consultation using our form, which is also on chain Web3 on ICP. And from there you can book a consultation for a project, for a simple query, or for whatever you want. So yeah, it is 100% free. Let's collaborate to create a fully decentralized Web3 future.